Hello, I'm John Gillis. I'm a junior at Rockbridge, and I'm with...
This is Thomas Knobloch. I'm a freshman at Mizzou. I graduated from Hickman High School in 2012.
We're going to give you the presentation that we'll be presenting to the school board tomorrow, March 11th, and so here we go.
All right. So as many of you know, this is the 25th anniversary of CASA, and we'd like to show you a very brief overview of the last 25 years and the experience that some current students have had there. This video was made by students in the current CASA class, and we'll show it to you now.
Created 25 years ago at Rockbridge by Patrick Dougherty, CASA started as a 3-day mission which was set up in the auditorium. In 1991, Jim Kidd moved the program to Hickman, where it took over the old car shop building. Over the next 23 years, the students built every structure in the building that wasn't already there. This includes the space station, the orbiter, and many of the walls. After Mr. Kidd left CASA in 2001, Navy Captain Fred Thompson took over and taught the class for 12 years. CASA often engages its students in hands-on training, which includes a scuba training held every year in the Hickman Pool and field trips to Skyhaven Airport and Whiteman Air Force Base. This is all in preparation for the annual CASA mission. Students plan all year to simulate the most realistic space experience possible, the only one in the country. Special guests for this year's mission include NASA astronauts Linda Godwin and Steve Nagel and State Representative Stephen Weber.
So Devin, what's the coolest thing about CASA?
Well, first of all would be the community that you develop once you enter the class. I don't know if you can hear me, people watching, but because there's quite a bit of construction going on. But you develop quite a few friendships in this class. I mean, really, it just focuses on whatever you want to do in this class, no matter if you're put into this class arbitrarily or if you choose to be in this class. Any interest that you can have, CASA can associate with that, and they'll put you to good use.
Let's high school is apply knowledge we learn in this class or in other classes, an environment that simulates real life problems instead of, like in a math class, you'll take a test that's just, numbers that you need to fix. So this actually gives you real life experience.
It's a fun program. I mean, I've been in it every year of high school, and I'm sure I wouldn't be like the person that I am today without CASA, because sophomore year, I was like the scared little sophomore in high school. It's like there's so many seniors and juniors in upper classmen, and they're so like big and scary. But in CASA, I kind of like found my place. Like the seniors weren't as scary in CASA. They were a lot more inviting and fun, and then it just sort of escalated from there.
Being in my third or fourth year this year, it's been quite a impact on my life because it has taught me leadership skills and teamwork and communication and that kind of thing. It's just, it's a one-of-a-kind. You can't even really say one-of-a-kind though, because it literally is the only one, and CASA is the only thing in the United States that's like what it is.
And CASA, you kind of learn different skills and then you apply them, and that's kind of something I've always been interested in, is, how can I apply myself in a certain way in this program, and that's going to affect me down the road later on when I have to apply myself into something else.
CASA is the only student-run space simulation in the country. We look forward to celebrating our 25th anniversary and are excited for all the mystery the future holds for the program.
So as we mentioned, this is CASA's 25th anniversary, and CASA continues to inspire and serve over 100 students each year. The annual mission and all of the training and work that goes into it includes students from grades 6 through 12th.
The annual mission has allowed students to develop significant problem-solving skills by simulating the building of the International Space Station, the launching and piloting of spacecraft, including NASA's shuttles, the Soyuz capsules, crafts developed in recent years by private enterprise, including SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, Sierra Nevada, etc. Students have simulated they've simulated orbital mechanics needed to pilot the space station, missions to Mars, satellite communications, and much more. In these simulations, students have had to overcome unique obstacles presented to them, develop communication and teamwork skills, overcome time and budget constraints, and really think outside of the box. Students have been able to see how their hard work is really applied and see the solutions to problems that they come up with through to fruition.
We've captured the attention of many people involved in the space industry, including Sandra Magnus, who was an astronaut on the last shuttle flight, Wally Funk, a pioneer in women's aviation, Neil deGrasse Tyson, an astrophysicist who is largely known for educating the public about space, and many more. We've also had governors, senators, and other politicians come through.
Several CASA alum have been so inspired by their time at CASA that they've chosen to pursue career paths in the aerospace engineering and elsewhere. A couple of examples include Amanda Steinmetz, who graduated in 2012 and is now working on a degree in aerospace engineering at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, where NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center and the United States Army Aviation and Missile Command are located. Ann Esbeck is currently a flight controller for the International Space Station at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Ryan Ripple is another former CASA member. He's held a senior position in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And these are just a few examples of the long-term impact that CASA has had on students.
CASA has been very successful in giving thousands of students the opportunity to get hands-on, real-world experience in applying what they've learned in class and elsewhere, and helping them to excel in their futures.
So now we'd like to show you what CASA could become. Before we do, we'd like to emphasize that CASA, at its core, does not have to be aerospace themed. The theme currently gives CASA a great way for students to apply what they've learned, and is very intriguing. It also allows for many avenues of expansion and many simulation ideas. But the theme is not CASA's core. We do like the theme, and we see no need to change it.
We see CASA greatly expanding in its focus on applied creativity. What we've seen in CASA is that when students can see how the material they have learned can actually be applied in the simulation, they are pushed to learn more and to see what else they can accomplish. The program could become a real problem-based learning center where collaboration, application, and implementation are promoted and integrated into the material taught in traditional classes.
Yeah, the program could be a kind of hub for STEM education, but not exclusively. CASA actually currently integrates many skills outside of STEM education, including public relations, publication, woodworking, marketing, outreach and education, history, foreign language, and many more. We would integrate other educational programs, including Project Lead the Way, First Robotics, IT, which is information technology, and possibly more.
This could even become a new fourth-year program. We see a need as the district moves towards a fourth-year high schools. Students are able to continue their focus on their career paths, where we have many classes designed around a 3-year high school experience. For example, Electronics 1, 2, 3. There is no fourth-year class currently. They could come to CASA for their 4th year and apply their skills in like an internship center.
Yeah, we think that the program could really be something that would put CPS a step further beyond other school districts. When people ask about CPS and what it has that other school districts don't, CASA could be the answer. CASA can really help move CPS into the future.
CASA has moved from the halls of Rockbridge to the old auto shop that it has been in for the past 25 years. Looking towards the future, here is a concept of the ideal tool to keep CASA growing, a new facility.
So here's a view of Hickman's campus. You can see the CASA building. It's located right there. All right. So the new gym, which isn't shown in this image, it comes right up to this wall right here, and it extends further out that way. Over here are 2 sheds. And this is just a semi-truck that happened to be in the image when this picture was taken. So here's the floor plan of the current building. It's about 14 by 27 meters and has about 325 square meters or 3,500 square feet of floor space.
Here's the floor print of our concept building. It's 20 by 35 meters and has 700 square meters or about 7,500 square feet of ground floor space. Here's what the outside of it looks like. It's 5 meters tall. Back to the idea of CASA being a point of pride for CPS. Moving the district into the future, we think it would be awesome if the facility was powered entirely by green energy, whether it be wind, solar, or a combination of the two, as long as it's some form of green energy powering the entirety of the building. Perhaps it could produce enough energy to even contribute back to the grid. Here's a view of the building from further out, just to give some perspective.
All right, and here's what the building might look like with the roof off. Again, the floor space of this facility is more than twice that of the current building. A nice entryway would provide a proper welcome area for visitors and a gathering place for participants in the program. Shown here is a multi-purpose area. Most importantly, this could be used as additional classroom space for some of the classes that would be integrated into the program. It would also be used as a project workspace, presentation area, etc. If there was a week-long mission, as CASA has now, food could be served here during the mission. Shown here are pilot training stations, much like CASA has in its current pilot lounge.
This is the main classroom and mission control area. It's tiered in a lecture hall style and will provide a good experience during simulations. An important note here is that while the current classroom can seat 18 students, this room could seat 32. This room would feature cutting-edge technology, including large projection areas and smartboards. There could possibly even be an entire interactive touch wall. The whole building would have in-floor cable runs to keep cables and possibly the desktop computers that go with each workstation out of the way and organized.
What this really shows is the advantage that CASA could use with its own custom-built building, a building that's built to suit the program itself. Shown here is the equivalent of CASA's current Starfield. We prefer to refer to this as more of a simulation area. The current Starfield is approximately 140 square meters. This new simulation area is 340 square meters, and so would more than double the space that students have to expand into and apply what they've learned.
This area would be a combination of CASA's current public affairs office and production room. This is where the live outgoing feed of CASA's simulation would be produced and where all of the public relations and main program business would be conducted. These are the computers for video editing, script writing, social media communication, etc. Below this room is the equivalent of Ninja Lair. This is where all of the problems that students face during the simulation are developed and implemented. Where students are currently practically crammed into a closet, this space would provide ample room to work and develop ideas.
And finally, this is a tool room and storage space that would replace the current CASA shed, current CASA tool room. It's much bigger, provides a lot more space. And so again, this facility, especially the multi-purpose room and simulation area, would be reconfigurable and adaptable areas. If the facility were to be placed where the current CASA building is, it could be connected with the classrooms in the new gym to allow easy access. If the building were to be located elsewhere, the current CASA building could be reconfigured into an auxiliary building for the program or for other classrooms and offices.
So, assuming that the idea of CASA to move forward and reach its full potential is put into development, including a new facility, this would be a big financial burden and have huge magnitude financially on CPS. So we've worked out different funding opportunities to fund some of the internals and sort of remove that burden partially off of just CPS. There's many government grants, including NASA Missouri Space Consortium, which we currently are getting funding from. There's also National Science Foundation, which we can apply independently or through broader impact section of MU grants that many professors fill out. could be paid through with well-established programs. For example, if there was a first robotics practice area, part of the funding from that program could be used to fund that piece of the building. Business sponsorships. As CASA prepares you for a real-life experience, it makes all the students that go through it really valuable to many businesses as they are more workplace ready. We can include through the Reynolds Journalism Institute to IBM in this funding area. Internationally, there's Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to George Lucas Educational Foundation. These are foundations that are dedicated to making innovative educational opportunities that CASA embraces and would be an excellent candidate to help back us.
So really our request for the school board is that they task the CPS administrators with looking at our ideas for both the program and the facility. Have an architect take a look at our building concept, maybe get a rough cost estimate of the building, and really just to open up discussion on the topic of CASA's future.
The CASA program is independent of the aerospace theme, the facilities we use, and even our name. To quote Shakespeare's, "What is in a name that which we call a rose by, any other name would smell as sweet." As CASA grows to be a larger, more efficient educational opportunity, these details could be changed to better suit the improved program. We, along with the rest of CASA's current generation of students, understand that we will never have the great opportunity to use this new facility, but hope that the next generation of CASA cadets, and maybe our own kids, will.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We definitely hope that you show up to the school board meeting tomorrow. Support CASA.
Pass this video along to anyone else who may be attending the school board meeting. We'd love to have your support and full knowledge of what we're going to be presenting beforehand.
All right, thanks, guys.